The history of the British one-penny coin of 1938 begins in a period of transition for the United Kingdom as the nation stood at the edge of dramatic global change and at the end of a long royal era. The 1938 penny is closely tied to the final years of the reign of King George VI and represents an important moment in the evolution of British coinage. As Britain moved through the interwar era, the penny remained one of the most familiar coins in everyday life, circulating in huge numbers across the country and playing a crucial role in daily transactions. Before decimalization, the penny was part of a monetary system built on the pound, shilling, and pence structure, and people depended on the penny for food purchases, transportation, communication, and savings, creating a strong social and economic connection between the coin and daily British life. The 1938 penny carries the portrait of King George VI, who became king unexpectedly in 1936 after the abdication crisis of King Edward VIII. George VI's reign was marked by a commitment to stability, dignity, and the restoration of public confidence in the monarchy after a period of uncertainty. The portrait on the coin was designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, an artist known for capturing the calm seriousness of George VI. His portrait reflects composure, strength, and a steady leadership that resonated deeply with the British public. The obverse inscription includes the Latin legend representing George VI as King and Emperor of India, a reminder that the British Empire was still vast and influential in 1938, although the winds of political independence were growing stronger in many regions. On the reverse, the design of the 1938 penny features Britannia, the long-standing symbol of Britain appearing seated with her shield and trident. Her presence on the penny dates back to the late 17th century, and throughout the centuries, Britannia has become an important national emblem representing protection, maritime strength, and British unity. The design, by Leonard Charles Wyon, which had been used for decades, remained a reassuring and familiar sight for millions of people in the United Kingdom. The imagery symbolized a nation with a powerful naval heritage and a long tradition of defending its borders and interests across the seas. For many people, the penny was more than a coin. It served as a small daily reminder of British identity and national pride. The year 1938 sits at a critical moment in world history. Europe was moving closer to the outbreak of the Second World War, and tensions were rising rapidly across the continent. Britain was rearming, politically cautious, and preparing for the possibility of conflict while still trying to maintain a sense of normal life. The production of the 1938 penny reflects this atmosphere of seriousness and preparation. Although the Royal Mint maintained regular coinage operations, the broader environment of uncertainty influenced the movement and management of metals and the economy as a whole. The pennies of this period were struck in bronze, a durable alloy that had been used for many years, and the quality of striking remained consistent with earlier issues. The mintage of the 1938 penny was relatively moderate compared to some earlier years, which makes it an interesting piece for collectors today. While it is not the rarest penny of the George VI era, the coin still holds considerable historical value because it represents the final years before the outbreak of World War II. Collectors often view the 1938 penny as a connection to the everyday lives of people just before Britain entered one of the most challenging periods in its history. During the war years, metal shortages and changing economic priorities would affect coin production, making pre-war coins, like the 1938 issue, meaningful reminders of a more stable time. In daily use, the 1938 penny circulated widely across markets, shops, factories, railways, and ports. People used pennies for newspapers, letters, bus fares, sweets, and many other small purchases. Each coin passed through thousands of hands, carrying stories of working families, children, shoppers, travelers, and laborers. The penny served as a shared link between people across all regions and backgrounds, and because it was large and distinct in size, It often felt like a substantial coin, despite its low monetary value. The warm tone of its bronze alloy and the familiar sound of its weight made it instantly recognizable across generations. The legacy of the 1938 penny extends beyond its monetary function. It is a cultural artifact representing British resilience, tradition, and continuity. Coin collectors, historians, and enthusiasts appreciate the 1938 penny for its artistic design, its historical significance, and its connection to the broader narrative of the United Kingdom on the brink of war. With the later transition to decimal currency in 1971, the old penny system came to an end, but coins like the 1938 penny retain their charm and importance because they reflect a time when craftsmanship, symbolism, and national identity played a powerful role in coin design. In summary, the British one-penny coin of 1938 stands as a meaningful symbol of a nation preparing for profound change. It captures the spirit of the late 1930s through its portrait of George VI, its classic Britannia reverse, and its connection to the economic and social fabric of Britain. Before the world was reshaped by conflict, this coin circulated in everyday hands, leaving behind a lasting legacy. And today it continues to inspire interest, admiration, and a deeper appreciation for British history and its enduring coinage traditions. To expand the story of the British one-penny coin of 1938, it is important to look deeper into the world in which this coin existed and the wider forces shaping British society, economy, and culture at the time. The penny of 1938 was part of a monetary system that had roots stretching back centuries, and although the coin itself was only one small denomination, it represented continuity in a world that was rapidly changing. As the British Empire was still extensive in the late 1930s, the penny circulated not only in the United Kingdom, but also in various territories where British currency influenced trade and daily transactions. This made the 1938 penny not only a national symbol, but also a quiet participant in the vast network of global commerce that Britain oversaw. The bronze alloy used for the penny tells another part of the historical story. Bronze pennies had been in circulation since 1860 when Queen Victoria introduced the new, smaller bronze coinage, replacing the older copper coins. The choice of bronze was based on durability, economy, and practicality, and by the time of George VI, the formula and striking techniques had been refined through decades of minting. This meant that the 1938 penny was part of a long and well-established tradition of craftsmanship at the Royal Mint. Every coin was struck with precision using dies engraved by experienced artists and technicians, ensuring consistency in detail and quality. This attention to craftsmanship gives the 1938 penny its enduring appeal among collectors today.